Imagine being trapped in a room with no distractions, no phone, no clock, no windows, just silence, and the feeling that someone is watching. This room has a name. They call it the watched room. It's not a horror story. It's a psychological experiment, one that broke people's minds, not because of what they saw, but because of what they felt. Tonight, I will try to survive an entire night in this room. Alone, or maybe not alone. Will I make it out with a clear mind? Or will I start to lose my grip on reality? Stay with me, because after midnight, the room starts watching back. The idea of being watched is ancient. In every culture, people believed that spirits, gods, or ancestors could see them. But what happens when that belief becomes reality? Psychologists wanted to find out. They created a controlled environment, a room with hidden cameras, microphones, psychological triggers, and subtle illusions designed to push the human mind. One researcher said, "We don't need ghosts. The human brain can create its own." In the 1970s, inspired by the Stanford prison experiment, scientists created a test. Participants were placed in isolated rooms and told they were being constantly observed. Some lasted 12 hours, others begged to leave after one, not because of pain, not because of fear, but because silence became a voice. A woman in one experiment claimed she heard someone breathing behind her. Another swore she saw movement in the corner of the room. But security footage showed absolutely nothing. This led to the term, the observer effect of the mind. Your performance changes when you think someone is watching, but your sanity also changes. Some participants reported paranoia. Some cried. One started talking to the cameras directly, as if someone behind the lens was responding. But there's one case they never published. A man lasted 7 hours before violently pounding on the door, screaming, "Who's in here with me? Somebody answer, me." Security footage again showed he was completely alone, or at least, that's what the footage says. Here's where things get darker. One researcher spent a night in the watched room himself, just to test the setup. He left a report. Only one sentence was written clearly: "I think something in this room was waiting for me to notice it." He resigned the next day, never spoke about it again. Another theory emerged. What if the room isn't haunted? What if we haunt the room with our thoughts? Surveillance changes behavior, isolation changes perception, but being watched changes identity. It doesn't show you what is around you, it shows you who you really are. When you believe that someone else is silently judging you, and neuroscientists warn, after enough time in full observation, the brain begins to create imaginary patterns to protect itself. Shadows, voices, movement. Not because you're crazy, but because your brain tries to give shape to the unseen presence you feel. That presence may even become real. So I'll ask you, if you stayed one night in the watched room, would you still believe you're alone? Or would you start to wonder, who or what is watching you back? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoy psychological horror, true experiments, and real mysteries, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because next time, I'm entering another room, one that watches and answers.